Want to be a topper in MBA entrance exams? Join BYJU'S Exam Prep CAT and MBA YouTube channel and watch Saral 99 percentilers teaching you the tips and tricks.
Hello everyone, good afternoon, a very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep and welcome to the next session of this series that we have been doing for a long time now. Score 99 percentile in CAT QA section, and we discuss different topics in each and every class in this series. So today we are going to talk about one of the most important areas in quantitative ability section. So though we all know that arithmetic has been the most important area, right? After that we have algebra, then we have geometry and all. But even in that arithmetic, which is the most important area, that is time, speed and distance. So today's class would be on time, speed and distance. The questions that I'm taking today, they are on time, speed and distance. And I'm pretty sure after today's class, you would also feel that yes, time, speed, distance is one area from which you can definitely perform well. But before I start, just confirm it to me, is all okay? Am I clearly audible and visible to all of you? Just confirm it once to me. Good afternoon, Abhilasha. Very good afternoon, Guru Prasad. Hi, Vijay. Good afternoon. Anand Raj. Pradyumn, good evening. Good afternoon, Naveen. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Sandeep. I'm good, Pradyumn. Thank you. Good afternoon, Aditya, Ram, Kumar, Sani, and Razib Sakya, and everyone else who is able to hear me, Arbaz, and others. Okay. Yes, Pradyumn confirms it all okay. Arbaz says yes, it is all okay. Okay, ji. So Aditya too. So I think we can start with our class now. As I said before this, let me repeat that we are going to discuss the most important area in arithmetic, and I would tell you that why is that the most important area, and I'll just tell it to you right now while I do these questions for you. So let's straight away start with it without any further delay. Okay. Guru Prasad says 99% okay. Okay. Anything missing, Guru Prasad? What is that 1%? Let's figure that out as well. Or you are saying because we have been talking about 99 percentile. So in that case, I would say it should be 100% okay. I actually am looking for a 100% percentile for all of you. The Wandering Jolly, hi, good afternoon, and Unknown, very, very good afternoon. Okay, guys, so I think we are good to go. So we can start with it now straight away. So let me just move on to the very first question of today, a question from CAT 2020. So as you can see, I have written the slot as well today, though generally I don't do that, but I'll tell you the reason of it. कि क्यों करा है मैंने आज ऐसा, ठीक है? Normally नहीं लिखता हूँ मैं, I just write that it's from CAT 2020 or something. So all of you just read it, try to answer this question. After that we will do it together. एक बार देखिए जरा सभी लोग मिलके. It's a question from CAT 2020 that is there on your screen. I would want all of you to try it once and then we will start doing it together. A question from CAT 2020, slot 1. How much percentile is needed to get into IMA? Though you can't say that by getting a certain percentile, you definitely reach into IMA. And you can't even say what is the minimum percentile. That depends upon the category, that depends upon the specialization that you had in your graduation. So it depends upon a lot of factors. But I can say that for a BCom graduate, it might be 96, 97, right? For an engineer, it might be 99.5 as well. So though it depends upon a lot of things. So Ram Gujjar has already answered the question. Arvind has already answered the question. So they both have said the answer is equal to D. So I think we can start doing it, right? So as we always do, the moment we get some answers, 2-3 answers, we start discussing them. But yes, I would say one thing for sure. There is, in CAT, whatever questions are asked to you from time, speed and distance, generally they are based upon the very basic concept of proportionality. I'm sure all of you know about proportionality. उसके बारे में आप सबको पता होगा that when the distance is constant, speed is inversely proportional to time. When the speed is constant, then distance is directly proportional to time. When the time is constant, speed is directly proportional to the distance. This is the concept of proportionality, and most of the questions are actually based upon this concept only. So I feel that time speed distance has been the best possible, the easiest area which has been asked to you from arithmetic. And if you start doing these questions just with this proportionality, you'll find that they are actually easy. The problem is lying with us. हम लोग ना कई बार क्वेश्चंस को बहुत मुश्किल बना लेते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लेते हैं उस पे by taking variables. I'll be discussing a good approach today. Just let me know whether you have understood it or not. So Naveen has also got the answer as D. Let's start discussing this question first of all. Leaving home at the same time, Amal reaches his office at 10:15 a.m. if he travels at 8, at 9:40 a.m. if he travels at 15. Leaving home at 9:10 a.m. at what speed must he travel so as to reach office exactly at 10 a.m. So he says when the speed of Amal is 8 km per hour, he reaches his office at 10:15 a.m. This is not the time taken. ध्यान दीजिएगा. This is the time at which he reaches. It is not the time taken by him. But if he travels at 15 km per hour, okay, if he travels at 15 km per hour, he reaches the office at 9:40. Leaving at 9:10, at what speed should he travel to reach the office at 10 a.m.? So can I say basically the question is asking you that what speed is there such that he reaches his office at 50 minutes, in 50 minutes. Okay. What should be the speed such that he reaches there in 50 minutes? So just look at the solution. I'm going to give a brilliant solution of these questions. So one is basic assumption here that distance is constant. Amal ke ghar se uske office tak ka distance, that has to be the constant. Now speed was 8. It has become 15. I just told you that speed is inversely proportional to time. Now what is time? These are time, when I said time, actually that means time taken, but these are the time at which he reaches. So if this time is t, can I say this time is t minus 35? Right everyone? I hope all of you agree with me on this. If this time is t, 10:15 पे जब वो पहुंचा था, he had taken t time. So when he reached at 9:40, he took t minus 35 time. आसान तरीका क्या है जिसके बारे में बात कर रहा हूं? Speeds are 8 and 15. So time are in inverse ratio of that. So time should be in a ratio of 15:8. Time should be in a ratio of 15:8. So you can either write t by t minus 35 is equal to 15/8 and you can solve it for t. That is one way of doing it. जो मुझे आसान लगता है वो ये कि 15 से 8, can I say it is 7 less? Whereas यहाँ पे ये कितना कम है? It is 35 less. और 35 है 7 का 5 times. That means this figure is 15 का 5 times and this figure is 8 का 5 times. That will keep them in a ratio of 15:8. Also, I will get these values in a particular ratio, whichever is required. Are you getting my point here? मैं फिर से रिपीट करता हूं. मैं कह रहा हूं कि अगर स्पीड का रेशो 8:15 है तो टाइम का रेशो 15:8 होना चाहिए. 15 and 8 are the times, but the times differ by 35. t और t minus 35 में 35 का डिफरेंस है. If times differ by 35, so 15 and 8 should also differ by 35. लेकिन उनमें तो 7 का डिफरेंस है. So 7 का 5 टाइम्स करोगे तभी तो 35 आएगा. So 15 has become 15 into 5. 8 has become 8 into 5. So the actual times are 75 and 35. इसका मतलब 75 minutes लगते हैं at a speed of 8. 40 minutes are taken at a speed of 15. Question is asking you, if you want to reach in 50 minutes, what is the time taken? What is the speed at which it should be moving? Again the same thing. Time का रेशो यहां कितना है? 40:50. That is 4:5. इसका मतलब स्पीड का रेशो कितना होना चाहिए? इट शुड बी 5:4. अगर ये 5 का ट्रिपल है, ये 4 का ट्रिपल होना चाहिए. सो 12 इज द राइट आंसर फॉर मी एट विच द पर्सन शुड बी मूविंग. ठीक है. तो जो चीज मैंने अभी बोली है, इनिशियली यू माइट फील कि ये क्या अजीब सी बात कर रहा है. यू कैन राइट इट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ रेशो एंड यू कैन सॉल्व इट. एंड देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग विद दैट. यू आर एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. इवन हियर यू कैन से कि अगर मैं स्पीड को s मान लूं जो मुझे कैलकुलेट करनी है, तो 40 और 50 का जो रेशो है, टाइम का रेशो, इट शुड बी इनवर्स ऑफ द स्पीड्स, तो वहां से भी मैं ये s निकाल सकता हूं, वो s मेरा वहां से भी 12 आएगा, बट आई एम जस्ट अवॉइडिंग सम लिटिल बिट ऑफ इक्वेशन वर्क आई वुड से, ठीक है। सो आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग देम इन नंबर्स कि भैया अगर मुझे चाहिए था 40:50 दैट इज 4:5, सो स्पीड शुड बी 5:4। अब 5 के कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग 15 है विच इज ट्रिपल ऑफ 5, तो 4 के कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग 12 होना चाहिए विच इज ट्रिपल ऑफ 4, एंड दैट गिव्स मी द स्पीड एज 12 किलोमीटर पर आवर। सो स्वागत इज आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन, सर 40 कैसे आया? स्वागत ये देखिए, यहां मैं कह रहा हूं t and t minus 35 शुड बी इन ए रेशियो ऑफ 15 and 8, बट इनमें 35 का डिफरेंस है और 15 और 8 में 7 का डिफरेंस है। हाउ कैन यू मेक दिस डिफरेंस एज 35? बाय मल्टीप्लाइंग इट विद 5, तो 15 would become 15 into 5 and 8 would become 8 into 5, this is equal to 40। अब देखिए 75 और 40 में exactly 35 का डिफरेंस है ना, वो आ रहा है ना, this is what we are talking about here। Are you getting my point now? We will be doing the same thing in the upcoming questions as well. I am sure you would understand this concept there too. वहां आपको ज्यादा समझ में आएगा। So Ragib and unknown are still saying. So Vineet, I'll take your question towards the end of the class. उसके बारे में बात करेंगे। एक बात तब याद दिलाइएगा मुझे, ठीक है? हाँ जी, मैं फिर से एक बार बता देता हूं यहां पे। So what have we done? So let me just remove everything, right? One is speed, one is time. At a speed of 8 km per hour, I reach at 10:15. So let us say the time taken by me is 10. At a speed of 15 km per hour, I reach at 9:40. So can I say if 10:15 is t, then 9:40 is t minus 35? I am saying that they are inversely proportional. So if speed are in a ratio of 8:15, the time should be in a ratio of 15:8. So here there is a difference of 7. But here there is a difference of 35. 7 को 35 बनाने के लिए you must make 5 times of it. So 15 का 5 times is 75, 8 का 5 times is 40, and you will see 75 and 40 are those two numbers which are in a ratio of 15 and 8, and they also differ by 35. So now we can say t is 75 and t minus 35 is 40. Question is saying कि 9:10 पे चल के 10 am पे पहुंचना है, that means 50 minutes में. So now I have the ratio of times, that is 40:50. So what should be the ratio of speed? 50:40 or 5:4. If 5 corresponds to 15, 4 should correspond to 12, and that gives us the answer pretty fast. So I hope this is clear now. Ragib, unknown, have you all understood? Okay? That was one simple method of doing this first question. So I'll move on to the second one now, and let us see how do we do that question the faster way again. So here is question number 2 for you. This question is again from CAT 2020 slot 1. पिछले वाला भी था CAT 2020 slot 1 का, और ये वाला भी है CAT 2000 slot 1 का. And if you understood the solution of the first question, do press the like button. If you have not understood, I am sure that we will be using that again in this question, and you would be able to understand it now better. So let's have a look in this question now. रागिब, इस क्वेश्चन में भी उसी को ट्राई करेंगे. Let's see if we are able to understand that or not. So Ram has got the answer as C. Good afternoon, Anjali Singh. Harvind has also got the answer as C. है 4 बजे दे दो. Swagat got C, Ishita got C. I think we can start discussing it now, right? अब करना शुरू करते हैं. Let's see, many people are saying C as the answer. Okay. A straight road connects points A and B. Car 1 travels from A to B and car 2 travels from B to A. So these are the 2 points. One point is A, one point is B. Car 1 travels from A to B. यहाँ से वहां जा रही है. Car 2 travels from B to A. यहाँ से वहां जा रही है. Both are leaving at the same time. After meeting each other, they take 45 and 20 minutes respectively to complete their journey. So let us say they met here, right? This is the point where they met. After meeting here, car 1 takes 45 minutes to reach B and car 2 takes 20 minutes to reach A. And now he says, if car 1 travels at 60, then car 2 travels at what speed? This is a common concept. If any one of you would have tried, right? अगर आपने कहीं पर भी पढ़ाई की है, कोचिंग की है इसके लिए, तब आपको पक्का पता लगा होगा इस चीज के बारे में that yes, this is the method. This is a concept that we have already studied in our coaching days. वहां पे आपने पढ़ा होगा. This concept says if two people meet at a particular point and after meeting they take this much of time to reach their destinations, assuming that they started at the same time, the ratio of their speeds, so speed of car 1 to the speed of car 2 is equal to square root of time of car 2 upon time of car 1. I repeat, two people start at the same time. After starting, they meet at a particular point. After meeting at this particular point, they take 45 minutes and 20 minutes, basically whatever time they take to reach their destinations. Now, then the ratio of their speeds is given by square root of the inverse of the ratio of their times, right? So here I can say speed of car 1, which is already given to us as 60. Speed of car 2, let us say that is S that we have to calculate. It is square root of time of car 2, which is equal to 20 upon time of car 1, that is equal to 45. So 5 say this will cancel out at 4, this will cancel out at 9. Square root of 4 by 9 is 2 by 3. If 2 corresponds to 60, then 3 corresponds to 90, and therefore the answer for this question is option C, that is equal to 90. Okay, so 90 is the correct answer for this question. We are just going by that formula. Now there is a possibility that some of you do not know this formula. ठीक है, हो सकता है काफी लोगों ने ना पढ़ा हो. So if you have not studied, it does not take much time to even prove it at that time. Though it's a very common formula, I would request all of you to just go through this formula. काफी एग्जाम्स में I have seen questions based upon this formula. So पढ़िए एक बार इसको, use it in some questions and you would be able to understand it better. ठीक है, काफी बार questions पूछे जाते हैं एग्जाम्स में भी on the basis of this formula. So just read that once. I am pretty sure that you would be able to understand it better. अगर आपको नहीं पता है, let me just discuss another approach for this question. Another approach क्या, इसी को prove करके देखते हैं एक बार कि ये formula आया कहां से है. And I think you would be able to understand that as well pretty fast. ध्यान से सुनिएगा. Let us say C is their meeting point. So first of all, can I say the time taken by C1 to reach C and the time taken by C2 to reach C, they are the same, right? Time taken by C1 to reach C and time taken by C2 to reach C, they are the same because they started at the same time and they met at a particular point. Now, let us say the speed of C1 is X, car 1 की speed को मैं X बोल दे रहा हूं और car 2 की speed है Y. Question says car 1 take 45 minutes to complete the journey. तो यहां से लेके यहां तक the car 1 takes 45 minutes और speed है उसकी X. So can I say this distance is equal to 45x? Similarly, car 2 takes 20 minutes to reach C1 from the meeting point, A from the meeting point. इसका मतलब यहां से यहां तक कार 2 ने कितना टाइम लिया है 20 मिनट्स का, तो इसका मतलब ये डिस्टेंस कितना हुआ 20 into y. अब कार 1 ने ये 20y कवर किया था t टाइम में, कार 2 ने 45x कवर किया था t टाइम में. टाइम कांस्टेंट हो गया, टाइम इज कांस्टेंट, and when time is constant then speeds are directly proportional to the distance. So distances are 20y by 45x. अगर आप यहां पे देखोगे it will give you x square by y square is equal to 20 by 45 और x by y is equal to root over 20 by 45. This is the easiest I would say explanation of this formula which we just discussed. ठीक है, ये इसका सबसे आसान सा एक्सप्लेनेशन है कि ये कैसे प्रूव होता है. सो दिस इज द मेथड थ्रू विच यू कैन प्रूव इट एंड ऑफ कोर्स देन यू कैन यूज इट इन द क्वेश्चन. आई रिपीट, इस पे बेस्ड और भी क्वेश्चंस कीजिएगा. इस फॉर्मूला पे बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आपसे काफी बार पूछे जाते हैं एग्जाम्स में. So that was question number 2. That was pretty simple. I am sure that you all have understood this. So now we move on to the next question, that is question number 3. The important part is this third question is also from CAT 2020 slot 1. Therefore I wrote these slots to tell you how important this topic is. ठीक है, जैसे मैंने बोला टाइम स्पीड डिस्टेंस इज वन ऑफ द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एरिया. सोच के देखिए, एक छोटा सा टॉपिक टाइम स्पीड डिस्टेंस ऑन विच you have 3 questions in the same slot of CAT. So doesn't that make it very important topic? All of you must be doing it, must be practicing it very well, क्योंकि काफी बार questions इस पे पूछे जाते हैं आपसे. So all of you please pay attention to this part, that time speed distance and time and work, these are those 2 areas which are generally asked a lot many times in CAT. You should never ever, I mean, leave these topics behind and never ever do a lesser practice in these. जितना हो सके उतना ज्यादा practice कीजिएगा. So do this third question from the same slot now, that is CAT 2020 slot 1. Let me see how many of you answer this correctly now. So Ram has answered as A. Okay. Okay, I think we can start doing it this now. Let's have a look. A train travel at 1/3 of the usual speed and hence reach the destination 30 minutes after the scheduled time. So the speed has become 1/3 and time is inversely proportional. So इसका मतलब time should become thrice. We discussed it. Distance is constant. तो जिस रेशो में स्पीड चलती है उसके इनवर्स रेशो में टाइम चलता है. So if speed has become 1/3, the time must become thrice. Question says has it reached 30 minutes after the scheduled time? That means this 3t is 30 minutes after t. So I can say t is equal to 15. So the normal time taken by the train is 15 minutes, but today it is taking 45 minutes. I hope you have understood this, right? Simply you can say speed has become 1/3, time should become thrice. When time becomes thrice, how much more it is? Twice more, right? Thrice होने का मतलब twice more. So if it was t, it has become 3t. So how much more it is? 3t minus t. 3t minus t अगर मैं दिखता हूं 30 के बराबर, that gives me the normal time of the train as 15 minutes. अब आगे क्या हुआ? On its return journey, the train initially traveled at its usual speed for 5 minutes. So now the train is coming back, right, from here. It should be taking normally 15 minutes to reach. But after 5 minutes, right, after running for 5 minutes, it stopped for 4 minutes for an emergency. So 5 minutes it has already traveled. So can I say we had a path of 10 more minutes? कितनी देर का रास्ता बचा था? 10 minutes का. But it stopped for 4 minutes for an emergency. तो 5 minutes already लग चुके हैं plus 4 minutes of emergency. So can I say it has to cover the remaining path now only in 6 minutes, right? जो रास्ता it should have traveled in 10 minutes, today it has to cover that in only 6 minutes. Now the question is the percentage by which the train must now increase its usual speed so as to reach the destination. अब ratio of time आ रहा है आपका 10:6. Usual time is 10, but today's time is 6. और time का ratio speed के ratio का inverse होता है. So can I say if the usual speed is 6, today's speed should be 10, right? And what is the percentage increase in the speed? From 6, there is an increase of 4, that is 4 by 6 or 66.66%, which is closest to option A. It should increase by 67%. I have not taken any variables. I have just written S and T for your reference. Otherwise, even that was not needed. मैं सीधा बोल सकता था स्पीड 1/3 हुई, टाइम ट्रिपल हुआ, ट्रिपल होने पे 30 बढ़ रहा है, इसका मतलब इट वाज 15, 30 बढ़ के इट बिकम 45, दैट मींस इट हैज ट्रिपल्ड. अब 15 मिनट्स उसको आते हुए लगेंगे. इट हैज ऑलरेडी रन फॉर 5 मिनट्स. आफ्टर 5 मिनट्स इट वेट्स फॉर 4 मिनट्स, सो इट हैज ऑलरेडी स्पेंट 9 मिनट्स. Only 6 minutes बचे हैं उसके पास, in which it has to cover the remaining distance, which it normally covers in 10 more minutes. क्योंकि normally जो रास्ता कवर करती है ट्रेन वो 15 minutes में कवर करती है. 5 have already gone, 10 more are remaining. So 10 minutes path it has to cross in a total of 6 minutes. इसका मतलब time should decrease from 10 to 6. So speed should increase from 6 to 10. Inversely proportional. 6 से 10 अगर हो रहा है तो कितना इंक्रीज आ रहा है? There is an increase of 4 on a base of 6. 4 on a base of 6 is 67%. These are the 3 questions in slot 1 of CAT 2020. I hope all of you understood this solution as well. If you have got it, please press the like button as well. I mean, that is the only thing that we have got. Otherwise, so these sessions are absolutely free. But 39 people are watching, 28 likes are there. That should not be the scenario ever, right? And I'm sure that you guys have understood the solution now. I'm just trying to give you logical solutions for these questions rather than making equations यार. अगर हम वो करने लग जाए, let us say speed is s, time is t, distance is d, and उसके बाद we make first equation, we make second equation, then we calculate it. That makes it a lot of difficult part. Yes, 4/6 कैसे आया? See, my simple point is 10 minutes का रास्ता 6 minutes में कवर करना है. So time जो है वो 10 की बजाय 6 हो रहा है. If time has gone down from 10 to 6, तो speed is inversely proportional. That means it has gone up from 6 to 10. और अगर 6 से 10 की तरफ आप जाओगे तो इसका मतलब what is the percentage increase? Something becomes 10 from 6. तो 6 में there is an increase of 4. 6 में 4 का increase is 4 by 6, which is equal to 66.66% or closest to 67%. By that logic, I am saying 4 by 6 is the right answer. Okay? So I'm sure that all of you have understood this. So we can move forward now to the next question. That is question number 4 is here on your screen now. It's a question from CAT 2019 slot 1. So I'm going back now, right? It was from 2020, the first 3 questions. Now you have question from 2019 slot 1. Let me see some answers first. Any answer for this question? CAT 2019 slot 1 का question है. No answer yet. Let's start doing it then. Two cars travel the same distance starting at 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. respectively. So from this point, one car starts at 10 a.m. and the other car starts at 11 a.m. So this is the one car which starts at 10 a.m. This is the other car which starts at 11 a.m. ठीक है. So drawing जैसी भी हो इसके बारे में आप कुछ नहीं कहोगे. Oh, I got immediately many answers. Ram, Pradyumn, Arbaz, Abhilasha, Abranil, Sai Pradeep, Sandeep, they all are saying 20. That's great. So these are the two cars they left at 10 and 11. He says they reach their common destination at the same point of time. So let us say this is their destination. They reached at the same point of time. We don't know what is the time. The first car traveled for at least 6 hours. So that means the first car has reached this point in at least 6 hours. That means at least 6 का मतलब है 6 plus लिख देता हूँ. 6 hours और 6.5 hours, 7 hours, 7.98 ऐसा 6 से ज्यादा ही आएगा. So can I say because they have reached at the same time, right? इसका मतलब the second car has taken at least 5 hours. By second car started traveling 1 hour after the first car. So whatever time is taken by the first car, the second car is taking 1 hour less than it क्योंकि वो 1 घंटे के बाद चली है. So if it starts 1 hour later, that means it would be taking 1 hour less. So therefore, it would be taking 5 plus something. That is taking 6 plus something. Highest possible value of the percentage by which speed of the second car could exceed that of the first car. Now, these are the ratio of their times. I mean, 6 plus something and 5 plus something is the time taken by these two. We have already discussed in the previous 3 questions, every question, speed is inversely proportional to time. अगर स्पीड का टाइम का रेशियो 6:5 है, द रेशियो ऑफ टाइम शुड बी 5:6. एक्चुअली इट इज 5+6+, राइट? इट्स 5+6+, का मतलब द रेशियो ऑफ स्पीड्स कैन बी 5:6, इट कैन बी 6:7, it can be 7:8, it can be 8:9. Question says by what percentage the speed of second car can be more than the first car. अगर फर्स्ट केस में देखो 5 से 6 में कितना इंक्रीज है 20%, 6 से 7 में कितना इंक्रीज है 16.66. इट विल कीप डिक्रीजिंग देन 14.2, 12.5. तो हाईएस्ट पॉसिबल वैल्यू कब आएगी when it is 20%. So therefore my answer is option A, which is equal to 20%. ओके. सो आप इसको बेसिकली टी की फॉर्म में भी मैं लिख सकता था. दिस टाइम इज टी, दिस टाइम इज t-1. सो द रेशियो ऑफ देयर स्पीड्स वुड बी t-1:t. क्वेश्चन सेज व्हाट इज द परसेंटेज इंक्रीज. द परसेंटेज इंक्रीज इज 1/t-1. 1/t-1 को मुझे हाईएस्ट बनाना है. व्हेन वुड इट बी हाईएस्ट? नाउ द क्वेश्चन हैज ऑलरेडी सेड कि t की वैल्यू मिनिमम 6 है. इफ आई पुट t एज मिनिमम 6, I will get 1/5 and 1/5 is 20%. So I can write it in this form of t, or I can also write those numbers straight away and get the answer from here. That was a question from CAT 2019 slot 1. I'm sure all of you have understood this solution as well. Tell me fast. And if you have understood it, please tell me. I mean either through like or through the chat box, जैसे भी है बताइएगा जरूर. Because this is my way of doing these questions. Sometimes this might not be acceptable to some other people. क्योंकि कई बार हमारी आदत होती है कि अच्छा हमारे करने का तरीका अलग है क्वेश्चन को. We make equations and solve it. Someone might say कि नहीं हम तो ये भी नहीं करते हैं. We don't take variable, we don't make equations, but we try some other method. So of course it is not that there is a best method of doing a question. वो कभी नहीं होता है. The only point is it should be acceptable to you. आपको समझ आना चाहिए. समझ आता है that's काम हो गया फिर हमारा. Okay, that was a question from CAT 2019 slot 1. Okay, I see Arbaz, Razib, Ram and Sandeep, Anjali, they all are saying yes, it is clear. That's great. We can move forward to next question now. Question number 5 on your screen, and you would again see it's a question from slot 1 again. एक ही slot में TSD के दो तीन चार questions भी कई बार आ जाते हैं. That makes it an important point. So all of you try this question number 5 now. Yes, that's correct, Ram. Only ratios. सिर्फ रेशियो का यूज करके ज्यादातर क्वेश्चन आप टीएसडी के कर पाएंगे. It's a question from CAT 2019 slot 1, which is primarily based upon average speed. I am in class 12th. Can I study it from today? No one stops you and no one can stop you. Ram says 8:22. Pradyumna says 22. I think we can start doing it now. One can use three different transports which move at 10, 20 and 30 km per hour respectively to reach from A to B. Amal took each mode of transport 1/3 of his total journey time, while Bimal took each mode of transport 1/3 of the total distance. Okay? The percentage by which Bimal's travel time exceeds Amal. So first thing, if I talk about Amal, what is the average speed of Amal? One simple point is, if the times are same, the average speed is given by average of the speeds. 10 plus 20 plus 30 divided by 3. So the average speed of Amal is equal to 20. I repeat, if the time taken is same for some speeds, in those cases average speed is average of the speeds. But if the time taken is not same, distance is same, the way it has happened in case of Bimal. Bimal took each mode of transport 1/3 of the total distance. अब की बार बात आ गई distance की. Then average speed is not given by average of the speeds. What do we do? The best way of doing in these questions is assume that distance and assume a number which is divisible by 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30 से क्या divisible है? 60. तो आप ये मान लीजिए बिमल ने 60 किलोमीटर ट्रेवल किया एट ए स्पीड ऑफ 10, 60 किलोमीटर ट्रेवल किया एट ए स्पीड ऑफ 20 and 60 kilometers at a speed of 30, right? So how much did he travel? The total distance he traveled is 180 divided by total time. 60 at a speed of 10, 6 hours. 60 at a speed of 20, 3 hours. 60 at a speed of 30, 2 hours. So that makes it 180 divided by 11 hours. Sorry, 180 by 11 kilometer per hour. The average speed of Bimal is 180 by 11. Average speed of Amal is 20. So what is the ratio of their speeds? Amal की speed है 20, Bimal की speed है 180 by 11. So the ratio is 20 से cancel out होके 11 is to 9. The ratio of their speeds is 11 is to 9. But the question is talking about their travel time. So travel time would be in a ratio of 9 is to 11, we just discussed. Speed is मतलब तकरीबन अभी तक के हर क्वेश्चन में यूज हुआ है that speed is inversely proportional to time and the distance is constant. So ratio of the time is 9 is to 11. So this 11 is how much more than 9? It is 2 more than 9, that is 2 by 9, and 2 by 9 is closest to 22.22%. So the answer for this question also is A, 22.22%. Got my point? We did not take any variable. You might say, sir, ये 60 कहाँ से आया? I would say I just took the LCM of 10, 20, 30. Next question, sir, अगर 60 के बजाय कुछ और ले लेते, it does not make a difference. Your answer would still be the same. But always try to take a number which is divisible by 10, 20, 30 so that your job becomes easy. So you could have taken 120, you could have taken 180 or 240, whatever number. It does not make a difference at all. But I repeat one point. In case of average speed, it is the average of the speeds. It is the average of the speeds if the time taken is same for all the speeds, and if the distances are same, then you assume the distance and use the formula total distance divided by total time. That will give you the average speed of the person. Okay, I'm sure all of you have understood this solution as well, and if you have understood, you have to press the like button. Please remember that always. And now we move on to the next question. Another question from CAT 2018 slot 1. So there were two questions from 2019 slot 1. There were three questions from 2020 slot 1, right? And now we have two questions from 2018 slot 1. So let me see how many of you answer this fast. Probably the easiest question that they would have asked till date. बहुत ही आसान सा क्वेश्चन है. I want to see how many of you answer this fast. Ram has already answered. He says D, that is 5. This question is more like a normal situation, day-to-day situation you might encounter, right? उसी तरीके से करोगे तो you can do it actually very fast. Pradyumna also got D. Abhilasha got 5. Great. That means we can discuss this now. Chaliye. The distance from A to B is 60 kilometers. So let me make A and B. So A to B, the distance is 60 kilometers. Partha and Narayan start from A at the same time and move towards B. Partha takes 4 hours more than Narayan to reach B. So let us say Partha takes T time to reach B. So can I say Narayan take T minus 4 hours to reach B? यही लिखा है ना उसने. Partha takes 4 hours more than Narayan. So you can assume Narayan's time as T, then Partha's time would be T plus 4. Or Partha's time is T, then Narayan's time would be T minus 4 because he has taken 4 hours more than him. Moreover, Partha reaches the midpoint of A and B. This is the midpoint of A and B 2 hours before Narayan reaches B. Now Narayan reaches B in T minus 4 hours. Partha reaches this midpoint 2 hours before him. So can I say he reaches here in T minus 6 hours? He reaches here in T minus 6 hours. What is the speed of Partha? He reached here in T minus 6 hours. He reached here in T hours. So can I say he covered this distance in 6 hours? और ये कितना distance है? Because this was the midpoint, so this distance was equal to 30 kilometers. 6 hours में 30 kilometers कर रहा है, तो speed of Partha is 5 kilometer per hour. Such an easy question was given by CAT in 2018 slot 1. I mean, I would rate this question as a sitter. ठीक है, मेरे ख्याल से कोई भी ऐसा नहीं होगा जो इस क्वेश्चन को नहीं कर पाएगा. बट यस, इट इज जस्ट अबाउट द वे ऑफ डूइंग क्वेश्चंस. अगर आप इस तरीके से करोगे, यू माइट फाइंड इट प्रेटी इजी. इफ यू मेक इक्वेशंस अगेन, दैट बिकम्स डिफिकल्ट. ओके, आई एम श्योर ऑल ऑफ यू अंडरस्टूड दिस सॉल्यूशन एज वेल. इफ यू हैव अंडरस्टूड इट, डू प्रेस द लाइक बटन. ये आपको काम हर बार करना है, हर क्वेश्चन के बाद. And we move on to question number 7 now. Again, a question from CAT 2018 slot 1. Another question from CAT 2018 slot 1. Anjali Singh says not getting it. Okay. Ram says 9 plus 6 is equal to 15 hours. Okay, Ram. Okay, we have got an answer, so let's start doing it. Let's see what is the correct answer. Train T leaves station X. See, making these figures will always help you. मैं हमेशा करता हूँ टाइम स्पीड डिस्टेंस का कोई भी क्वेश्चन आ जाए, because that gives me some clarity, some visualization. Okay, this is what is happening. और टाइम स्पीड डिस्टेंस में बड़ा काम आता है. So train T leaves from station X for station Y at 3 p.m. So this train leaves from here at 3 p.m. Train S traveling at 3/4 of the speed of T leaves Y for X at 4 p.m. यहां से S निकल गई at 4 p.m. right towards X. The two trains pass each other at station Z, where the distance between X and Z is 3/5 of that between X and Y. So they pass each other at this point Z, and they say that this distance XZ is 3/5 of the total distance. How many hours does train T take for its journey from X to Y? अब ध्यान से देखिए, ठीक है. How can we make it easy? First thing, train S traveling at 3/4 of the speed of T. So can I assume the speed of T as 4 km per hour? So in that case, speed of S would be 3 km per hour. I hope all of you are getting my point. ट्रेन 3 जो है हमारी T जो है उसकी स्पीड अगर 4 है तो इसकी 3, बिकॉज 3/4 का मतलब है 3/4. सो देयरफॉर ओनली आई टुक इट एज 4, ताकि 4 का 3/4 आराम से निकल पाए. यू कुड हैव टेकन 8, यू कुड हैव टेकन 16, एनी मल्टीपल ऑफ 4, वो भी हम लोग कर सकते थे. आई रैंडमली टुक 4 कि 3/4 आराम से निकल पाए. ऑल्सो ही सेज ये जो एक्सेट डिस्टेंस है दिस इज 3/5 ऑफ द टोटल. तो अगर मैं टोटल डिस्टेंस 5D मान लू रादर देन टेकिंग D, टेक इट एज 5D, तो ये डिस्टेंस हो जाएगा 3D और ये डिस्टेंस हो जाएगा 2D. नाउ दे मीट एट दिस पॉइंट Z, बट देयर इज वन इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. ट्रेन T चलती है 3 बजे और ट्रेन S चलती है 4 बजे. दैट इज 1 hour later. So can I say train T has covered this 3D at a speed of 4, train S has covered that 2D at a speed of 3, but train S जो है वो क्योंकि 1 घंटा लेट चली थी, तो इसका मतलब उनका जो टाइम है इट इज 1 hour लेस देन ट्रेन T, राइट? दैट मींस बाय एडिंग 1 hour इन दैट यू कैन पुट इट इक्वल टू दिस. बस सिंपल सी इक्वेशन थी, योर जॉब इज डन. आई रिपीट, टाइम टेकन बाय ट्रेन D is distance of train T divided by speed of train T. Time taken by train S is distance of train S divided by speed of train S. And train S has taken 1 hour less than train T because T started 1 hour earlier. तो S के टाइम में 1 hour ऐड करेंगे तो T का टाइम आएगा. From there I got this equation. अब इसको सॉल्व करना है, बस सॉल्व करो, मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, जो भी आपको करना है. अगर मैं 12 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दूं, आई विल गेट 9D इज इक्वल टू 8D प्लस 12 और D इज इक्वल टू 12. अगर D 12 है तो टोटल डिस्टेंस कितना आ गया? 60. हाउ मेनी आवर्स डज T टेक फॉर द जर्नी? T की स्पीड है 4, डिस्टेंस है 60, टाइम कितना लगा? 60 डिवाइडेड बाय 4 इज 15 आवर्स. सो 15 आवर्स इज द करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन. आई मीन लुकिंग एट द इक्वेशंस यू वुड से यार कितना ही आसान क्वेश्चन है. एक लीनियर इक्वेशन बनी हुई है इन ए सिंगल वेरिएबल एंड दिस इज हाउ इजी इट इज. You might have this question here कि sir can we take 4 and 3 like that? I mean can't we take any two numbers? The answer is yes. But if you have assumed the speed as something, you cannot assume the time or distance by ear. वो नहीं कर सकते. हमने speed of 4 को 3 मान लिया और फिर मैं कह दूं distance भी चलो 3 और 2 मान लेते हैं. That can't be done. You can assume one of the values but at the same time you cannot assume the other value. That will make your calculation wrong. वो गलत कर देगा. किसी एक को assume कर सकते हैं. You could have assumed the distance, speed फिर आप assume नहीं कर पाते. You could have assumed the speed, तब आप time assume नहीं कर पाते. That also can be done. Sir, for train S from Y to X, is it 8 plus 12? Ram, I can straight away say 60 by 3. 60 by 3 is 20. Right? सही है, वो 8 plus 12 कह सकते हो. That is absolutely correct. Okay, ji. So that was question number 7. This brings us to the last question of the day, which is a question from Z. Because I have taken 7 questions from CAT, so 1 question from Z as well. Here is the question on your screen now. It's a different kind of question which is not based upon proportionality, but normally I have seen students struggling with these kind of questions. So how do we attempt them? This is what I'm going to discuss with you now. So all of you look at this and answer this question. A question from Z on your screen. Let me see how many of you answer this correctly. ZAT 2021 question. So not the recent one is ZAT 2022. So I've taken a question from 1 year before that. Ram says C. Okay, Ram. So Ram, I see almost all your answers have been correct till now. I hope this is also correct. So Pradyumna also says 5 into 40, that is 200. That's great, Pradyumna. So let me first talk about the shortcut of this question, and then I'll explain that shortcut as well, and that after that our class would be over for today. Let's do this. On the bank of pristine Tunga river, a deer and a tiger are joyfully playing with each other. The deer notices that it is 40 steps away from the tiger. Now, whose 40 steps? Deer ke ya tiger ke? This is the first question. So, who noticed? Deer noticed. So, of course, deer would be noticing according to his steps. So, these are the 40 steps of the deer. So, let us say we have the deer over here and the tiger is 40 steps away from the deer. So that means these are 40 steps of the deer, which is the distance between them. At the same time, the deer starts running towards it. So deer is running towards the tiger. Normally तो उल्टा होता है, लेकिन यहाँ इसने खेल कर लिया. At the same time, the tiger starts running away from the deer. So they are playing basically. पहले लिख दिया joyfully playing. Otherwise नहीं होता ऐसा. Both run on the same straight line. अब आती है ये वाली लाइन. हाउ डू वी फिगर आउट दिस लाइन? इससे कैसे पता चलता है? दिस इज व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट. द फर्स्ट शॉर्टकट इज हियर. द 5 steps of the deer are equal to 6 steps. For every 5 steps of the deer, the tiger takes 6. This line means time taken by the deer to take 5 steps is same as the time taken by tiger to take 6 steps. So if a deer takes 5 steps in a second, then tiger takes 6 steps in a second. However, the deer takes only 2 steps to cover the distance that tiger covers in 3. So the distance covered by deer in 2 steps is equal to the distance covered by tiger in 3 steps. ये बात कर रहा है टाइम के बारे में, ये बात कर रहा है डिस्टेंस के बारे में. So what will be the ratio of their speeds? The direct method is you cross multiply them. 5 into 3 is equal to 15. 2 into 6 is equal to 12. So the ratio of their speeds is 15 is to 12, or you can also say 5 is to 4. Ratio of the speeds is 5 is to 4. I hope all of you got it. टाइम का रेशियो दे रखा था मुझे, डिस्टेंस का रेशियो दे रखा था, स्पीड का रेशियो अगर यहां से चाहिए तो यू जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई 5 with 3 and 2 with 6. This gives me 15 is to 12. Simple. That is 5 is to 4. इसका मतलब when the deer takes 5 steps, right, or the deer covers 5 units of distance, in the same time tiger covers 4 units of distance. अब यूनिट ऑफ डिस्टेंस दोनों के लिए सेम है. नाउ आई कांट से कि डियर के स्टेप्स अलग लेंथ के हैं, टाइगर के स्टेप्स अलग लेंथ के नहीं. If deer would cover 5 meters, the tiger would cover 4 meters. Now this is how we are going on. The distance between them is 40. And when it covers 5, it covers 4. The relative speed is equal to 1. Right? So whenever deer covers 5 steps, the gap between them decreases by 1. क्योंकि ये 4 करेगा, ये 5 करेगा, गैप 1 से डिक्रीज होगा. 40 का गैप कवर करने के लिए कितना भागना पड़ेगा डियर को? 200. So 200 is the total number of steps that the deer will have to take to catch the tiger. So my answer is 200 here. दो, as I said कि ये तो कर ली, लेकिन इसमें ये कैसे पता चलेगा? क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं. So I am saying इसको एक काम से आप देख सकते हो एक तरीके से. Suppose speed of deer is 5 meters per second. 5 steps per second. So tiger takes 6 steps per second, right? Now the question says that the distance that deer covers in 2 steps is same as the distance that tiger covers in 3 steps. Let us say they covers 6 meters. So the deer covers 6 meters in 2 steps. So can I say the 1 step of the deer is of 3 meters and one step of the tiger is of 2 meters. I hope you are getting my point. One step of the deer is of 3 meters and one step of the tiger is of 2 meters. अब डियर कवर करता है 5 steps in a second और एक स्टेप है 3 meters का. So speed of the deer is 15 meters in a second. Similarly, speed of the tiger is 12 meters in a second, exactly what we had written over here, and therefore we just cross multiply them to get the ratio of their speeds. ठीक है जी. Deer takes 5 steps in the same time tiger takes 6. वो टाइम मैंने seconds मान लिया कि deer take 5 steps in a second, tiger takes 6 steps in a second. They cover same distance in 2 steps and 3 steps. वो distance 6 meter मान लिया. So distance covered by the deer is 6 meters in 2 steps. तो एक step में 3 meters. By tiger is 6 meters in 3 steps. So एक step में 2 meters. So now 5 steps per second और एक step 3 meter का तो 15 meter per second हो गया. Similarly, tiger 6 steps per second और एक step 2 meter का. So 12 meter per second हो गया. The moment I get the speeds, I get the answer that 200 is the number of steps that the deer will have to cover to catch the tiger. I'm sure now this is clear to all of you, but the number of likes have still not increased. So please do press the like button if you have understood all the questions. That was all for today, guys. And yes, we will be taking one more session on time, speed, distance and time and work because this is an important topic. So एक और session करेंगे in the coming days. So stay connected. We keep doing this series and keep coming to these sessions. Anyone who is preparing for CAT 2022, this is all that we give in our course. So anyone who is looking for a good training for your MBA exams, so we are of course here, and please do press the like button, comment on this section. I mean, if you have any questions, any doubts, or if you want us to cover anything else, so you can comment on these videos and please share it with more and more people. Subscribe to BYJU'S Exam Prep. We are always there on all of these media handles, and that's all from my side, guys. Thank you very much. We'll meet again very soon, right? Till then, bye-bye and take care all of you. Have a very good day. Soon we are going to meet again. Bye-bye, Tara. Take care.